Hello, welcome to my channel, Wing Spiritual Clarity. My name is Wendy Wing. I'm doing a daily checkity check, tuning into the energies of the day, whatever day you are drawn to view this reading is the right time. Tuning into any energies who are watching, what you need to know right now, messages, guidance, inspiration, validation, news we can use. All right, so starting with the Kali Oracle card, Mahakali. Mahakali has shown up several times in the last week, at least once recently. I love when the cards repeat, and I love when they shift. It's very interesting. All right, Mahakali. Her magnificence steadies the anxious mind and reassures the heart of the empowering grace that arises through trust in her. Attempting to fathom the wisdom behind the workings of the Divine Mother would be like trying to cram the entire ocean into a teacup. Such wisdom is vast, and our perspective is limited. Yet we don't need to understand divine will to benefit from it. Better to allow her creativity, resourcefulness, and unlimited vision to take effect in our lives, bringing us every grace necessary for our blessed fulfillment. What I'm getting here is that you might be moving into some new energies and new territory. And there's an uncertainty and anxiousness that you can release and let go of, because the more you focus on anxious thoughts and anxious energy, then those fears, so anxiety is fear of future, fear of what's coming down the pike towards you. When you have enough anxiety and you're practicing enough fear, it's you start manifesting scary things, because just as a vibrational match, if you are in anxiety and fear about what's coming in towards you, then the universe is like, okay, let's give you some things that are fearful that are coming towards you that match that energy. And instead, what would you like to create? Would you like to let go of that? Maybe there's a lot of momentum in anxious thoughts, so it might take a while. It might take some discipline to be conscious that I am participating in unconscious, just allowing my thoughts to carry me to an anxious place. I've done this a lot in my lifetime. And so I'm learning how to refocus and choose my thoughts, choose where I'm focusing my attention, so I can create something new in my environment, so I can have a different experience. I feel like this isn't an admonition that you're doing anything wrong, but a reminder of how powerful you are when you're conscious of where you are right now, where your thoughts are. When you choose a different channel, I don't enjoy tuning into this energy. It's not helping in any way. So I'm going to switch to another channel, what I would prefer, what I prefer my energy to be. What thoughts are helpful for creating the world, for creating me, the person I prefer to be. My dog is just hearing some other dogs in the neighborhood alarm. Wonder if that's a neighborhood alarm. I feel like you're very sensitive right now, that you're picking up, just like a dog might hear things that we can't hear, smell, definitely smelling things we can't smell. I get the feeling that your senses are more senses than just sight and sound and smell. Feels like you might be getting some distractions from other people. Oh, so the anxiety that you might be experiencing, you might want to check and see if that's really yours. Maybe sometimes when you are tuning into anxiety and thinking it, I'm getting that you are actually tuning into your neighbors, to someone around you, an energy moving through the collective. If some of you are like, I don't even know why this is coming up, that might be why it's coming up. You're becoming more sensitive to non-physical energies. And you're, as a very sensitive tool, your ability to perceive is becoming more and more perceptive, sensitive. Get curious about, is this me or is this someone else's energy? And not as a way to blame someone else for bringing in some dirty old anxious energy, to take your power back and decide, okay, it's I'm not going to get in the way of others who are choosing this frequency, but I'm tuning into something else. Like, it's okay if everyone plays their music loudly, because I'm going to learn how to put on noise reduction or create my own energetic space. I'm not fighting against anyone or judging anyone running their energy in a certain way, but I am going to take my power back and see how truly empowered I am. It's like meditating in the middle of chaos. Good luck. All right. In the past, there's this energy of Four of Wands in reverse. A lack of coming together, a lack of celebration, a lack of stability. Fours are those, 4 feet on the floor, like a table, a chair. Very solid. But in reverse, it's not solid. It's not stable. It's a lack of joy, a lack of, yeah, yeah, you know, that feeling. Looks like, um, boy, I get this feeling like you were doing whatever it took to fit into a unsatisfying situation. Like you put a lot of effort and focus into how to make where you are pleasing and acceptable. Oh, I'm also getting that some of you grew up in homes that were rife with aggression, mental, emotional, physical, sexual aggression, not safe on many or several or combination or one of those tiers. And there's this picture of it's like, I need to have peace. How do I create peace and calm and stability? I feel like you wanted to create stability in your life. You've wanted connection and lasting celebration with those who are on the same page. But it feels like instead of seeing that the people around you don't share the same values, that the people might be the wrong fit, you assumed you were the wrong fit, and you need to figure out how to change you to get into make it work, instead of change who you're around, change your surroundings, and trust who you are. There was this peace at any cost. Like, I'm not going to speak my mind. I'm not going to speak up. I'm going to placate everyone around me. And maybe that will find the peace. Ignoring what's going on around you, and maybe living in a bit of a fantasy land. I'm seeing there's a reality that you were in that was a little detached and ungrounded, and created a vast space of need for improvement. And so it feels like you kind of would go somewhere, and in your mind, that might have been what you did as a kid, kind of escape a very uncomfortable, to say the least, situation. You created this alternative kind of fantasy world for yourself to escape to, when it became very difficult to be in present energy. I feel like you've been kind of straddling some different worlds. I think you realize that you do this, but you didn't realize how much your fantasy world and spending so much time in an ungrounded space, it's like you spent less and less time in the real world, and more time trying to escape it. This definitely helps you. You needed to find some balance, make a choice. Something happened, and you had to choose. I feel like something snapped you awake, or a series of things happened, and you had to choose this reality. If you're going to affect change, it's kind of like it's almost like you isolated yourself away from the 3D. You weren't engaged. You weren't engaged in your 3D world in any real way. Not a lot of activity. And all of a sudden there was like, I need to choose. And you chose to follow your heart's desire, to follow your soul fulfillment. That you're choosing yourself not as an ego self, but choosing your soul path. And choosing to find others who you just, that feel like home, creating a space within yourself so you feel at home more of the time, wherever you go, carrying that feeling of home within. And going on an adventure, an odyssey, quite a story, seeking others, not like hunting, but just by going out in your world and trusting to follow your excitement and your enjoyment, that sure, there will be lessons and challenges along the way, but there will also be amazing people that just show up at the right time, who you feel that sense of home within them as well, and soul satisfaction and what you've really been looking for. I feel like you spent so much time in the past trying to fit in to something that you were never meant to fit in. And now, from the transformation that you've made, you want to ground into your reality what you've always wanted as a fantasy, but make that come true. Not make that come true. That sounds like maybe ego at work, or trying to make something happen. What I'm tuning into here is more trusting. I surrendering who you've been in the past so you can move forward into the new you. Whenever you see movies, read stories about someone who's forgotten, like an amnesia, who they were in the past, then they were able to take a big leap into becoming someone else. Also an aspect of who they are, but without the memories of the past, you're able to stop living and reliving the past energy, those aspects of yourself that you would prefer not to. There's something about letting go of the past, not ruminating about the past, and then projecting it into your future. That's what I'm getting at the beginning, the Mahakali. You are projecting old fears that have happened in the past. You're feeling them in present energy and projecting them, that's going to be your outcome into the future. And so what Mahakali is saying is, let's let go of that past. Let's pay attention to and be more disciplined. Use that masculine, divine masculine energy to be disciplined. Protect yourself. Is this thought that I'm thinking right now helpful to where I want to go, or am I just practicing fear? Only you can decide. You use your discernment. Do a little like, how am I feeling right now? Is this a belief that I've just been thinking about and thinking it's been thinking me? I'm not consciously thinking of it. I just dipped into this energy of fear and anxiety, and my voice, as I dipped into that energy to tune in, it had an immediate physiological reaction, a response by my body. That's interesting. So is that helpful to run that energy? How does it affect your body? Is your body exhausted? You be the manager and decide, I'm going to take care of my body. I'm not going to think about these things. I'm going to choose what I'm going to think about. I'm going to think, I could believe that the same thing is going to happen in the past. That could be where my beliefs are, that I can't create anything new, and prove that to myself. Or I can leave the past behind in a way that allows me new and fresh energy in present time, and choose beliefs that that are the truth, but are beliefs that are true. I resonate them as truths, and they're also the beliefs I prefer because they make me feel better when I'm thinking of them. Does that make sense? And getting right now, like you don't have to, you're clearing away so much old energy and old beliefs, and it's creating a vacuum. Don't feel the need to have to fill everything, that space back up. Leave some space. Allow some space. It feels like hoarding of emotions and trauma. And once the house starts getting cleared and you start seeing, then it feels weird. It feels different. And I need to think more and fill that space. And instead, let's just leave it open. Let's have some pauses. Let's have some vistas. It's okay to have some space around you. You might feel differently by allowing to have space and creating space and not having to fill it up. That's how you invite new energy to come in. Intentionally, I'm leaving this space open for something new, something that matches my current energy more. Ooh, a lot of messages today. All right, in your current energy, there's that 10 of Cups. This is the second time 10 of Cups has shown up in your reading. Boy, I feel that. Look here, a little sandwich, a little 10 of Cups sandwich. This is happiness. This is fulfillment. This is not just your emotional and soul fulfillment. This is being with others, like a soul family, soul tribe, those who are at least at the time on the same path, enjoying the same soul journey. These people are brought together through synchronicity and divine timing. I'm getting the 10 of Cups showing up is I feel like what you're clearing away from your past and making space for is all this fulfillment that you don't even like, that's might be too hard for you, too much for you to imagine possible. And so by clearing away all the things that say that it's not possible, but this space is already filled up with trauma and anger and whatever, victimhood and sorrow and suffering, I don't have room for all that beauty. Instead, I'm clearing house, I'm clearing my energy, and I'm creating space for 10 of Cups. Not only my soul fulfillment, but others as well. I'm also really drawn to the rainbows in both these pictures. So I'm getting the different colors in the rainbow are different vibrations. That this is about a balance in your life, that you're not just bringing in red and green and blue, that this is an invitation to remember that all colors, all vibrations being open and more comfortable with different vibrations are a part of your completeness. I wonder if that makes sense to you. Just a reminder to broaden your focus, maybe. What are you missing? Have you been spending a lot of time with family and maybe you need more friends and independent time? Have you been spending time independently and maybe you need more friends and family around? Maybe you've been working super hard. Maybe you haven't been working enough. Maybe you've been kind of goofing off. Only you can decide what is it that I need to help me find my best alignment. It's not going to be like anybody else's. It's your alignment. And each minute it changes. Can you be flexible? Some days I'm more this and some days I'm more that. But when you add the sum total together, there's a nice balanced energy. Ooh, interesting. Okay. There's some type of oh. You're stepping into being your own, gosh, how do I say this? You're stepping into being your own, I'll just say it, your own priest, your own spiritual guru. You're not looking outside of yourself. You're realizing that the key to soul fulfillment is within each person. And by you carrying this energy and within you and just being yourself, not going out and making that, just being yourself, going about your day, being drawn to what you're drawn to and trusting that, following your soul path, whatever excites you, following your excitement to the highest and greatest degree for as long as you can, to the best of your abilities, without any attachment to an outcome, doing it just for the fun of it, doing it for the experience, for the, not so it gets you to another step. This is Bashar's for, what is it? How to Create is coming through. Daryl Anka channeling Bashar, following your excitement. If you want to find more on that, if that rings any bells for you, Bashar, Bashar, channeled by Daryl Anka. Very fascinating, amazing perspective, very broad perspectives, very sciencey, very out of this world. And if you find resonance with that. Anyway, it looks like you are becoming your own authority. And what I like about this is that you're not attracting followers. So you're starting a religion or a cult. You are, by embodying you being your own priest, your own authority, having your own agency and seniority, you are attracting others who also want that for themselves. Very different type of cult, baby. It's the worst type of cult because it's not about pulling people in and keeping them in. It's about each person being themselves and trusting the flow of people coming in and out, not being attached, not having beliefs that you need to have unhealthy attachments. It's more of this flow and trust in the universe for everybody, and that everybody can find this. It's not about controlling others or controlling situations. It's about learning how to be yourself and the power that comes with being yourself. Alrighty. Yeah, okay. So now I'm getting group, following a path, being yourself, and then again, group, coming together, emotional fulfillment, fun, whatever you're going through right now. Instead of this is new, this is uncomfortable because it's new and unfamiliar to me, there's this invitation to have some fun with this. Go on the adventure. What if instead of like, once I'm through this, then I'm going to feel at peace and ease. What if this is the fun time? What if there is so much fun to be had in this rich, complex, somewhat challenging time? What if this is what you're going to look back at when you're older and be like, I remember when I went through this time. I didn't realize that this was ripe with meeting new people, having new ideas, changing who I am. And I didn't enjoy it as much as I could have. How can I enjoy this more? How can I bring a new way of being into existence? Maybe old you would have seen everything's working against me. This is really difficult. I don't have enough support. I'm all alone in doing this. It's so confusing. Like, I don't want to, but do you feel that? And that's just, or it could be the exact same situation, but I'm showing myself every day that I've got different gears that I didn't realize I had. I'm meeting new people that are fun and exciting, strangers. The perfect timing. I feel the guidance, and I feel when something, I'm getting better at discerning when something is not. I'm trying to push something that's not right, the right time, or it's not the right energy. And then I'm discerning between feeling that pull and the ease of just going with what is for me. I'm learning how to be new me. I'm learning how to let go of the past. It's very exciting. This is the story that leads you to finding soul satisfaction and soul fulfillment. Choose your own adventure and how you want to perceive what's happening. That's been coming through a lot. Do I want to perceive this as an obstacle and lessons and just, this is a lot? Or do I want to perceive this as, this is a lot. This is a lot that I'm working through. I'm showing myself how capable and adaptable I am and resilient. I think you're showing yourself how impressive you are. Have some fun. That's what I'm hearing. Let's play. Have some fun. So I'm also getting, there's a full moon I'm recording this on February 5th, 2023. I'm also getting that if you're up in the middle of the night, because this full moon is waking you up, to honor that time, not fight it, to say hello to the energies. What is in the dark? What's being brought to light? Let's play. It's not just, I'm getting not just playing with people around you, but with the energies, with non-physical beings around you, your spirit guides, your guardian angels, your angels. The more sensitive you become, the more you are tuning into energies that are non-physical. Because your vibration is rising, because you're able to perceive different frequencies, that this is natural. That's what is happening to you is very natural. Oh, right. Yeah, wow. You're bringing so much loyalty. I feel like the more you choose yourself, an interesting byproduct, I'm talking on a soul level, making decisions on what's right for you and your soul, not talking about ego. The more you are loyal to yourself, the more you are just going to attract people who respect you, who are loyal to you, who see you as so stable, so financially, it's not just with finances. Finances feels like you've got that. You've got it covered. I feel like you're creating monuments to, it's weird. It's like you're not creating structures, you're breaking down structures, and you're creating new structures, new ways of being in the new energies. During this transition time, I'm getting about 50 years off the top of my head. What's popping in, it's like we're in a big transition time. A shift in the collective, a shift in how people live, how people connect, how people perceive. I feel like your light is like a piece of this information. You have in your light that you carry important information for the collective. Just by being you, just by following what you're excited about and drawn to. Wow, it's very interesting. All right. In the center of your reading, your higher self is Page of Cups. I'm getting the really drawn to the pig flying here and how his heart space is. Hello, heart space. This is a new way of being, a new way of holding your heart. Maybe you would have never believed, when pigs fly, I'll be, I don't know, chosen. I'll be completely comfortable and supported and look around a room and know that I love each person in this room and each person in this room loves me. I'm looking around a room and the community that I've created, co-created, and I know everyone in that room I care for and that they care for me. the support, the mutual support and care and love, how would that feel? Feel like you're letting go of last bits of victimhood. Of stories that you've told about yourself that don't paint you in a very positive light. And so it's like inviting your heart to sing a different tune about yourself. Your heart is your chakra, your energetic center for you. What makes you you? I think you've spent a lot of time in your past trying to fit in and trying to be validated by people around you who can't see you or hear you or really appreciate you, who want to work in the energy of control and fear. And you're stepping into something very different from that. Who am I? Who am I when I take my power back and I'm not trying to get others to validate that I'm worthy enough to be in that room with these people? Instead, I know I'm worthy. And since I know I'm worthy and I know I'm valuable, I'm excited about meeting the people who are going to love and appreciate me as much as I love and appreciate myself. There's something going on in your energy around the Five of Swords, around winning. Winning at the cost of someone else's defeat. Feel like that has been what's been happening in this reading from the past to, where the energies were to the present energy, has been from power dynamics and control and fear, and letting go of letting go of that. If you play in Five of Swords, you get stuck in Five of Swords. No one's going to win. It might be short won battles, but no one has ever won a war with that Five of Swords energy. That is actually the perpetuation of violence and aggression, a false picture of power. This is a long karmic cycle. This is a karmic cycle that's what, 500 to 300,000 years ago. When we gave up our power and to beings we perceived as gods, as better than us. They might have had more powers or different abilities, and we put them up on a pedestal, and we became victimized by disempowering ourselves, by believing that we were less than. And then we're constantly infighting with each other to try to get power back. I feel like this has been a major distraction to keep us fighting within ourselves, so we can't really find the true power which we've had all along. Dorothy's ruby red slippers are coming in like she had the power all along. Feel like each of us are awakening to our own real power, awakening out of a dream and an unconscious way of being. Wait, didn't see this coming, huh? Ooh, yes. Okay, moon energy is coming in. This is the full moon in Leo. It's about strength. It's about hidden strengths is what I'm getting. Right now, I'm getting that you're much more powerful than you believe yourself to be, that you are showing yourself how strong you really are, where power really comes from, where power resides, where it flows, that it's not something you can save up. It is, power is not for, finding out what power really is for you. And how you want to express that power going forward into the rest of your life, stepping forward from here. All right, your challenge right now is Page of Wands. Some of you are having difficulty right now. I feel like you're judging your moves right now, your actions, being kind of critical and hard on yourself. Things are going to be, your energy's different. The way you're thinking, you're shifting, how you're perceiving yourself and your world. These are huge shifts. And so as it trickles down into the 3D, it's going to be weird. Leave some space open for it. This is how I take action is differently than I used to in the past. Good. Yes. Feel like you're learning how to have some fun in taking action, how to bring some joy into doing things, not just these are things that I have to do, and like an automatic autotron. How, these are things that I have to do today. I want to see if I can approach them in a different way mentally, so I have some fun with it. Someone in your energy that's a challenge right now. I think it's who you perceive as stable and successful financially. There's some type of picture that you have been giving away, like who is, that it's not you, that you aren't embodying stability and security and safety and financial abundance, and that someone outside of you has that skill, that ability. And I feel like you're wanting to embody that within you. Go for it. Yeah. I think if you have a desire, you've been inspired to that desire. Get curious, like, how abundant can I be? Why do I want the abundance? Why do I want security? Why do I want stability? There's also something really attractive about what you're bringing in. Ooh, I'm also getting, so in this movement, in getting things accomplished in a fun way, this is your challenge, is to run your divine masculine energy differently right now. Ooh, the balance between play and discipline. Discipline in your thoughts, discipline in your actions, using divine masculine energy to help you create structure and discipline for yourself. And that could change, and allowing that changes. But for right now, and for every right now, what is the best course of action? Some of you might have been running a lot more divine feminine energy and being very acquiescing and open and tolerant, and those are wonderful qualities. You might be invited to bring in more divine masculine energy, which is getting things done, movement, how to accomplish things, and in a disciplined, focused way without leaving the fun behind. I feel like you're really learning how to balance learning how to balance your masculine and divine feminine energies. That one's not right, one's not wrong. That for anything in life, it's not right or wrong. It's about finding the balance and the alignment for you, for where you are at every moment. You might be looking at a lot of choices, a lot of decisions that you might be overwhelmed with. Like, so much of you has changed, and in the past you might have just known what decisions to make because you had a very solid sense of self, where now your sense of self has changed. So you have to sit a moment with options and opportunities and figure out, not make a quick, unless it is a quick decision, but sit with some things. Maybe you have changed a lot, so much that something that maybe in the past you've spent a lot of time cloistered and alone and separate. And so, but instead of choosing that type of environment, you're like, I would like some more interaction. I'd like more people around. I'd like to pick a job or a club or a living situation that's different. Open to choosing different options and enjoying that. You're not going to make a wrong decision. And if you are making a wrong decision that's not aligned for you, it will get harder and harder as you're trying to make it come, you're trying to force it to, and then you can be like, wait a minute, this really shouldn't be this difficult. Let me reassess this. Ease, joy, love, the ease and flow, those are yeses. Finding out what your yeses are and what your nos are, just for you, not for everyone else, but so for guidance, and they will change. So it's not about this one thing being a yes. And once it's a yes, it will always be a yes for this thing, this person, the situation. Instead, today it might be a yes, but tomorrow it might be a no. Things aren't solid. We're moving through a holograph. And so allowing that change within you, not making things so solid, not making yourself so solid, not making others and situations so solid. At least right now, that's what the message is. So hope this was helpful. Thank you so much for watching. Love all your comments. You guys are just the best, kindest, supportive group of people. I love hearing how you are perceiving this reading, how it resonated with you. Anything that you want to share, it's always a joy to connect with you. So thank you for being you. Thank you for your support. I really appreciate you watching and finding resonance. So, all right. Thanks, friends. Bye. Take care.